Hi, and welcome to part 6 of my video series. Today I'm going to talk about relationships with your customers and suppliers. Now, if you're in the service industry, you might think, well, sure, I have some suppliers, but no one that's really critical. I mean, I've got my IT people, I've got my landlord, I have the people that, provide paper and computers and things like that. Well, if you're in the service business, your suppliers are actually your employees and your contractors. I could not provide high quality legal services without an excellent team. So think about your customers and suppliers really broadly. And you want to have good relationships from the get-go and also good contract terms. So I always tell clients that when they're drafting agreements and structuring their agreements with their suppliers and their customers, they want to make sure those fit together. What do I mean by that? Well, cash flow is really important. So for example, if you need to pay your supplier within 30 days, but your customer takes 90 days to pay, like the government, that can create a cash flow issue. So how are you going to solve for that? Maybe you get a line of credit. Maybe you ask the government to pay faster. Not sure if that's going to work. Maybe you tell your vendor that you need 90 days to pay because it's going to take you 90 days to get payment from your customer. So think about those terms. Also, warranties. If I'm going to provide my customers a warranty on a product, I want to make sure that I have the same warranty from the manufacturer or a slightly better warranty so that I have someone to look through to and make a claim against if my customer is unhappy because something is wrong with part of that product that I sold to them. Other things are warranties in your contract, limitations of liability. So for example, if your vendor says, no, you can't come after me, make sure your customer can't come after you for that same thing. Or indemnity provisions. Look at those very carefully. Oftentimes they're drafted so that when a non-lawyer reads through them, they think, oh yeah, this is mutual. But in a contract with a vendor, for example, where your only obligation is to pay and their obligations are many, you want to make sure that they're going to be on the hook and that you have good remedies if they don't follow through. Payment terms, interest, attorney's fees, and things like that are really critical. Thanks for listening.